bartend. So yeah, she did an amazing job.
Where's your
So without further ado, let me give her the floor, Rebecca Shelby. Hello, everybody. I had an opening statement that I wrote, but I kind of just want to go off the top of my head right now. So, I want to say thank you again for everyone who's here, like all of you guys in this room, whether you know me personally or not. You guys are here to support me and my cause, and I just felt like it was so important for there to be a space for just women. Felt me like nowadays life is a little more more inclusive to women, but only a select few. So I wanted to make a platform for all women, not a select few, not just the it girl, but for the it girl, the runaway girl, the girl next door, the girl around the block, all of that shit. So yes, without further ado, I want to introduce my panelists to you guys. So coming to the stage, I have DJ Mara Kay. And next we have coming to the stage is a rapper, Cutie Blue. Next up we have coming to the stage is Chichi Lovato. Next up we have Miss Ebony J. And I will be your curator for the night. So thank you guys for letting us have this space. Journey.
Hi everybody, my name is Myra, also known as DJ Myra K. Um, what brought me on this musical journey? To be honest, I was always into music. I went from playing drums, trumpets, guitar, piano, you name it. I was playing all of that from elementary school, junior high, high school. And eventually I was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to do that anymore. I started making beats. I was like, nah, scratch that. Be a DJ. I started doing it for like 5 years now.
So I guess it's my turn. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I'm Chichi Lovato. I would say, so what started my musical journey. Honestly,
What you do first, though.
oh, what I do. I'm currently a bartender, so I bartend in a restaurant. But I sing. That's like my passion. That's what I really do. What inspired me to sing or me go on my musical journey. I've been doing music, like recording songs and stuff since I was 17, but singing I'm doing all my life. I wake up singing, that's all I think about, it's just, it's mega superstar, so that's like what I was saying.
Oh, hey y'all, my name is Kenya, aka Cutie Blue. Hey. What was the question? I'm that one. I'm not the one. Yeah, I'm that one out the group.
Basically, what you do in music and what inspired you to embark on your musical journey.
Okay, so I'm a rapper. I co-founded this dev team called Live Through Dreams Entertainment. What inspired me, I would say, I've always been inspired when I was younger. I would make little raps in my room and stuff like that, but like the other co-founder of the dev team, Just D, who's also a dope artist, he's a rapper / singer, he was looking for a female artist to hop on one of his tracks, and the females was playing games. So he's like, you know what, hop on this and let's see how you sound. I ended up sounding good, and it was history from there. I'm like, you know what, I should do this rap thing. So I started like last year, you can say.
Hey, my name's Ebony J. I'm an artist. Hey y'all. I am an artist from West Side, Brooklyn, but I also have my own radio show, hosting a podcast called The Purpose Radio Show, basically asking, what is your purpose? I feel like I found my purpose. My purpose is music. My purpose is to inspire. My purpose is to be great. So the radio show is based about, what's your purpose? Because we all have a purpose in this world.
Another round of applause for these lovely ladies that we have. So, let's talk about it. So, one of the first topics that I have up here, from discussions and stuff that we've had, about the industry and stuff, is collaborations. The name of this segment is Let's Get Together. So let's get it together. Let's see what's going on. One of the first questions I have for you guys is, why do you feel like women aren't encouraged as far as like social media or even in the actual music industry to work together? Because a lot of times we see like people will be like, yo, such and such and such and such, boy rapper here, boy rapper there should do a song. Or this song will be viral. We never kind of see that same energy for females. It's usually, oh, she's shading her. They got beef with each other. They got this. So why do you think it's not encouraged? Free flow for anyone.
I would feel like because everything is made into a competition. And some people just don't want the drama. Like nowadays, it can't be like, you say when males make collabs, everybody's hyping it. Oh shit, with females, it's, oh she sound better, oh she don't sound that good. I like her version. And it comes into a big controversy. So for some artists that's like more like into themselves and don't like all of that publicity, they don't even want to entertain the idea. Right. So what I'm thinking about is everything, social media just exaggerates everything.
What about you, Cutie?
I agree with what she said. Like, I feel like people find it more entertaining with trying to like pit females against each other. Because you find that like on blogs and everywhere, Instagram and all that. But you don't really see the posts of females collaborating, doing their thing, and all that stuff. Like, the only rapper I can say that's like really into like, girl power and stuff like that is Meg Thee Stallion. Like, you know that she's not in nothing.
Aquarius energy.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I find that people do that because it's more entertaining. You don't see that with guys.
Yeah. So, did anyone else have a response to that?
Both of them pretty much said what I was gonna say. Sometimes, but it's not always the labels, or it's not always the media. It's sometimes the person themselves. Sometimes the artist may feel some type of way. Maybe they may feel that this competition. Maybe they may want the spotlight totally to themselves. But that's a lot of reason why collabs also don't happen. The energy has to be right. The aura has to be right. The song has to be right. It's not too much overthinking. It just should be about if you vibe with the person, if you guys think that it would be a great song, record it. but people like to think overly too much about he say, she say, he'll say, this say, and not totally responding on the music, you know, totally just like, let's focus on this music, let's put out a great song, let's uplift each other, let's promote it together, let's perform together. You don't see that whole process happen, and it's like, it's always some underlying content behind it.
Right.
Oh shit, me last? Alright, cool. So for me, I mean, I'm not an artist, I'm a DJ. So like, I actually push for collaborations with other female DJs, whether they gay, straight, whatever, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to artists and stuff like that, I feel like it has to do a lot with ego.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, definitely.
you gotta be the baddest bitch, and every bitch mentality when you're an artist is I'm the baddest bitch and nobody's not coming next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's moving on that type of mindset, and I feel like that's why a lot of collabs don't work, or it worked and then it's too fast after that. You know what I mean? So
That actually goes great into my next point, what you two just said is, what were some of your experiences working with other women, if you have? Because a lot of women haven't worked with other women, and I remember watching Ashanti's Breakfast Club interview. She just like the entire time like she never worked with any female artists, not because she didn't want to, but because other people thought they didn't want to work with her. So what are some of your experiences like?
I guess I'll go first this time. Like I said, I'm not an artist, but working with other female DJs, gay, straight, bi, whatever, I realized like everybody's mad chill. Like I don't beef with nobody. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm mad chill. I'm mad inviting, and welcoming and stuff like that. So I mean, for me it works out. Whether I'm MCing and they DJing or I'm DJing and they MC, it still works out. So
That's cool.
Yeah, branching off of what she was saying, I feel like I'm the same way. Like I'm a very inviting, energetic person. So when I see talent in someone, I may want to collab with them, or they may want to collab with me. And the collabs that are meant to happen because it's good, you know, good energy. Energy really matters. Like you can't go into a studio or work with somebody and think that it's competition between you and the person that you're working with. Of course, we want the best song, we want the best outcome, but it shouldn't be no competition in the booth. It should be uplifting, it should be motivating, it should be one another. So I have done collabs with other females, but then I also haven't had collabs with other females because it wasn't on my part, it was on their part. So I can't tell you exactly what they were thinking or why it was or something, but you know, I give out compliments, I show love to everybody because if you're talented, you're talented.
I actually, because I'm originally from Bed-Stuy, but I moved to Sheepshead like about 16 years ago. And it's also this girl group that's like coming out of Sheepshead as well. I found them pretty dope, and I reached out to them to collaborate because it's like, that would be dope, you know, all of us coming out of Sheepshead.
Yeah.
But they didn't respond to me at all.
Wow.
And I'm also like a graphic designer, so like I did their cover art, but when I reached out to them to collaborate music-wise, it was silent.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, it does.
Stay you, stay true to
I'm not
you.
gonna chase nobody.
When you blow up, they go like, hey, girl.
Hello.
Yeah, remember that song?
Hello.
Exactly. Too late. Too late.
Right.
That's it.
Definitely. So, did you have anything to say, Gigi?
Wait.
So,
I haven't really worked with her before, so I don't know. But I would be open to.
Well, it's lovely ladies up here that's open to collab. You could be singing, she gonna be on there rapping.
be rapping. And you got your rappers over here. Let us know if you need a verse. Let us know if you need a verse. We got you. We got you.
But so what are some of the reasons you feel make women not want to work together then? It's like a follow-up question to the last one. And we're talking like specifically women on women, not hearsay, he say, she say, like specifically,
Competition.
I'm not fucking with her.
I think it's just competition. That's what I think it just goes down to. Everybody sees a competition. It shouldn't be no competition, but some people look at life as a competition, whether it's just putting on a song together, doing an event together, whether just supporting, just coming out to support, everything is looked at as a competition. So if you don't look at things as a competition and you're all about sisterhood and everybody growing and everybody elevating, then that's what happens. But when you have your mindset on something as a competition, then, you know, that's when things go awry sometimes.
I would say energy. Because people are envious.
Get into that.
Like they don't understand you from like a personal perspective. I mean, as an outsider, so to them, your lifestyle is something they live for. So that will make them do like devious things. Or, there's a lot of envy.
I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do y'all think the solution is to this? Like, how do we get more women working together, more women reaching out, things like that?
I think now in 2000, well, ain't no 2009. In 2020 and 2019, I believe that opened the doors for more artists to be open to collaborating, more artists to be seen together. It was seen mainly on like mainstream. You see a lot of mainstream rappers getting together, so that of course inspires the younger rappers to want to get together and do their thing. I forgot the question. I know you was talking and you forgot the question.
No, you basically hit it on the head. The question was, what is the solution to this? How do we get more girls working together?
We just gotta motivate and uplift one another. That's all we gotta do. We just gotta really support one another, not fake support, but like really show your support and uplift and motivate and build each other up. Because I'm sure if you get famous tomorrow, you don't want to help somebody else out. So it's just like supporting one another.
Right.
I think it's more events like this is where it starts, to be honest.
Stole my answer.
I think this is where it starts because we already have three artists sitting right next to me. And maybe y'all didn't know each other before, but now you do. So like that opens the door to working and connecting and stuff like that.
Sometimes at shows people just go and they don't say nothing at all and they just perform. What I learned is it's important to network. So I'll be at a show and I'll just be sitting chilling and I'll network with other people. If I think your outfit's nice, if I think you look cool, if I think so, I'm gonna say, hey, my name's Ebony J. How are you?
Let me tell you something. That's how 95% of this room is.
That helps.
Is networking. I'm just like, yo, girl, we put up on that stage, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, I seen this is fire. Like, there's nothing wrong with complimenting other women. And I feel like oftentimes, because I'm not going to lie, I don't want to make this like a we're all saints kind of thing. But a lot of times we do meet girls that are stuck up, so you kind of like hesitant to be like, yo, like, your shit is dope. But when you come with a certain kind of confidence and when you let ego go, like you guys were saying earlier, you can go up to a bitch and no matter if she's stuck up or not and be like, yo, I like what you're doing. Feel me? And it don't have nothing to do but respect it. So, do you guys have anything else?
Y'all basically covered it, like what all of them said. Events like this and, trying to spread positivity and stuff like that. And I just want to touch, like, not only music-wise, I feel like, generally speaking, I don't know why, but like mainly with black females, you kind of have that mindset already, like you don't want to compliment them or say nothing to them because, I don't know, maybe it's only me, but y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know how to word it.
Some people think like that.
Because I used to think like that a lot.
I try not to.
Like, I even came in here, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to observe and, look around and stuff, but then people started like talking to me and talking about how they like my outfit and all that stuff. I don't know, I just don't expect people to be friendly. That's what it is. I don't expect people to be friendly. Because I don't experience that a lot, especially with black females. So it's like you automatically program, like, all right, cool. You can say she got a nice outfit in your head, but you're not going to tell her.
Right. Definitely. So, go ahead.
Now I was just telling her that people do move like that sometimes, but it's good to just be free and to be you, like when somebody gives you a compliment, you just hope that it's genuine. Don't think that, oh my gosh, she made me hating on me. Or just think, maybe I do look nice today. Because you look good, so if she gives you a compliment, it's just confirming that you look good.
But so getting into the next topic, promotion and marketing, let's sell your product. So let's talk about it. The first question is kind of lengthy, so bear with me. Basically, what are some of the things you feel like are preventing a new rise of female artists receiving the same? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, sorry, my bad. Basically, why do you guys feel like for a new upcoming female artist with the same following, same listens, plays and stuff as a male counterpart doesn't get the same promotion? I had read an article probably like a couple days ago, basically saying how we get like 28% of the promotion a male artist would get first coming out. So you guys are both on the playing field and he's getting all this blast and it's just like, hey, go do this little spot.
No one really supported female artists. You had to have like a male team behind you or a group or something behind you for you to feel like, okay, let's put Little Kim. Like Little Kim was
Right.
besides the whole group, Foxy Brown besides the whole group. So before it was like you had to be in a group to be even known, and then when they work in a group, there's competition with them one another. Now I think females are definitely becoming more out there. We definitely are growing. There's definitely a whole bunch of female artists out right now, rather than it just being a minimum of 3. So I think we should just like keep going, and I don't think that is. What was it? Was it much competition? What was it? You said was
Promotion.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
I don't think it's that
necessary.
much promotion. But
Yeah. Just to clarify, not necessarily because there are a lot of female artists these days, but promotion on like a mainstream level and stuff like that. Like it would, to put it into perspective, the baby had probably one of the best careers of 2019. We agree. He got promoted. We saw him everywhere. Megan Thee Stallion also had probably one of the best 2019s. We've seen Megan everywhere. Who do you see more?
it depends on the label. That's the label. I think it's the label.
Not even
I see
necessarily.
Megan everywhere.
I see Megan everywhere.
First of all, this is a women empowerment event. If you do not have a vagina,
If you think about it, when he dropped when his pops passed away, he made Kirk album. He dropped that.
Right.
That album touched #1 in less than 24 hours. Megan Thee Stallion dropped her album after. That it didn't touch nothing until the week.
It has
and
to
it still
grow.
didn't go #1.
It has to grow. Maybe it wasn't that great.
No.
But maybe it wasn't that great.
It was great. It was great.
Wait, guys. I love the interaction. You got a question?
Yes, I'm the oldest one in here with Gucci.
What am I?
Y'all young, right? And if y'all want to change that whole smoke in between women, when it's time for y'all to have y'all kids, y'all should teach them the right way.
Right.
The problem is it starts in the house. This is no different than the drug game. You on my block, you see me first before you set up, or you don't work. Period. You understand what I'm saying? It's no difference in business. I gotta regulate the same thing. You scared of what they might say to you because of your presentation. But if you was raised with your head high in your house, you don't care what nobody says.
Ooh.
That's
You
true.
don't be worried about her bars. Because at the end of the day, Battle Rapping on the same song was bars.
Right.
Okay? And it was a battle song. What's the difference?
Yeah.
I'm 6'1". Ain't nobody from one baby. We the same size. We're 22 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But also the region. Remember, baby's here. Megan, we might not know, but honestly, if you go to London, Megan getting her check. Just like that, Megan's getting her check.
Right.
Yeah, of
You don't
course.
have to be here to
Yeah.
get a collab.
That's
They collab with other
that's
people.
definitely a fact. But as far as just what's going on here in the United States, I feel as if like you could see it. Like even I'll take y'all back with when Cardi B first came out.
Cardi had promotion like a motherfucker.
Yeah. But what you call it? What was I gonna say? I made me lose my train of thought. Just real quick.
When Cardi B was out,
Oh yeah, when Cardi B was out, she got heavy promotion. Feel me? She was everywhere. We seen her everywhere. How many men did y'all see that year? Who dropped that year?
Drake.
That's a
You
long
gotta
time ago.
remember who she walked on the scene with.
A lot.
Yeah, with a lot of dudes.
lot.
Yeah,
She
in
walked
community.
on.
Yeah.
Not only the dudes, she walked in with the bag.
Yeah.
She's a stripper. She came with every underground strip joint behind.
Okay.
Nah,
You gotta understand, this is the drug game.
And wasn't she already doing music before she went
No,
on the
yeah.
pop?
No, she was a comedian. That's
She
what she
was.
was. Social media made her pop.
She
She was
at the
an
end of the
Instagram
day,
comedian.
if you
Social
think about
media.
it,
Everybody loved her from social media because she
look
was
at the
raw.
first interview with Nicki.
That made her lit.
That was the first shit.
Look at the
Instagram.
first interview Nicki did.
Yeah. We gonna talk about Nicki Minaj later because I know that's my favorite artist.
It's where your ego's at. It's where your ego's at. Because everybody don't do business together. Everybody don't do business together. You understand?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We network together. He networks with a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Monday, I networked with Cut Life. She got 10 million followers. Okay? There's no shade.
Right.
You come in, you represent yourself, and you act like your head is here, and we're not all the same. Don't believe in that lie.
Yeah, of course not.
That's why we have drama.
Yeah.
Guess what? When you was raised in your house, what goes on in your house ain't no one in her house. So you're not eating.
Right.
Just because we got the same color, we're not eating. There's levels to this.
That's another.
Yeah.
Oh, she need a mic.
Yeah.
What happened?
She needs a mic.
Tell
Like,
me what your sweater say.
Nothing down.
Look,
Let me
I
doubt.
this.
Read it.
That's it.
My name at your age was the most hated G.
Okay.
That's it. I love everybody. I love this. Y'all so young. I love it. I love this. Just keep it up. And not for nothing, do it again. Move it to another borough.
Oh, we definitely gonna have
Reach out to
another
other
women with voices.
This is the new team summit. That's what you. This is the new
Ooh.
team summit. Y'all don't even realize y'all got the highest voices in the nation, point blank. Period. This new generation. But half of y'all running around selling pussy for free.
Hello.
Let's
If
go.
y'all thirsty, go to the bar. But so getting into the next question, this one is more into what you guys got going on. What are some of the most safest, speaking of sex trafficking, efficient marketing strategies you guys have seen or worked or done yourselves?
marketing. That's my favorite topic. Mainly because I had to self-teach myself how to market myself. Being a female and then on top of that being gay is not easy to promote yourself as a DJ. You know what I mean? So like I had to learn how to maneuver and do different things that other people wasn't doing to promote myself, to make myself stand out basically. Like my talent, you would hear it on the turntables, but then on social media, how do you translate that over in a sense? So I used to write down like little goals and stuff like that, marketing tools that I wanted to try. So like take photo, like do random photo shoots, you know what I'm saying? Content is everything, like stuff that you promote. If you usually posting every day or you posting, constantly enough, you're not going nowhere. Your information is everywhere, your marketing is everywhere. So I feel like content is everything.
You guys, what are some of the ways you guys have seen or done yourself that works for you as far as marketing and promotion?
I mean, she basically said what I was going to say. Like, social media is the center of everything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, Instagram, Facebook, mainly Instagram. People want content. They want to see that you're actually working. So I would say make social media your focus, but also work locally as well. Come to local events, perform at local events, stuff like that.
That's basically it too. It's just like self-promotion, street promotion, online marketing, and I'm trying to get into marketing to where it's not just like me, where I'm trying to actually do my research, go to other companies, go to other brands, and have them market me as well.
So now moving on to our next topic is about sexuality in the music industry. It is called Let's Talk About Sex and More. So we kind of already touched on that. Thank you so much about sexuality and how women present themselves and Before I start off like with the questions and stuff, whether you want to be outside with a G-string on, doing a music video, or with a full blazer, pantsuit, boots up, it don't matter. Feel me? Whatever you want to do is your preference. So any women here, any female artists in the audience, please do not get offended by any of the answers we might potentially have or any of the potential. Yeah, of course. But so one of the first questions is basically sexuality is a double-edged sword in the music industry when it comes to women exclusively. Don't let that go over your heads. What are some of your general thoughts on it? Just to open up the conversation. Chichi, how about you start this? Let's do this one. Because your answer is always getting stolen. Basically, what are your general thoughts on sexuality when it comes to women in the music industry?
Use this one.
I feel like that's a broad.
Yeah, it is super broad. Basically, well, the beginning part was sexuality is a double-edged sword. So on either side of the spectrum, like, oh, bitches do talk about their pussy, or oh, bitches is boring if they don't talk about their pussy. Where do you feel on that spectrum?
Well, in that term, I would say most artists tend to do things that's more popular or more popular, like amped in a way, just to get the clout
Right.
and their views up. Because a lot of people really think that views is really everything. So, no publicity is bad publicity. That's what I feel like most artists are doing, just what's happening now, just so they get their name out.
How do you feel? Alright. What about you, Ruby?
I don't know. I feel like what she said, it is sometimes for people pop what's popping right now, but also if you want to feel sexy and put in a song, you're gonna do that. But I don't get why people complain about females talking about their pussy and all that, when a lot of niggas, all they talk about is either getting money, fucking bitches, you know what I'm saying? But nobody really say, oh, that's all niggas talk about. Nobody says that. But when it comes to a female, oh, all they do is talk about popping pussy.
Right. To get a little, deeper with you, you actually do have songs that's like, I ain't getting rid of something, feel me, and you know that. So how do you, we just got so loud, y'all.
Okay.
How do you feel like you feel more pressure to portray yourself that way? Because it's crazy because you have, you're versatile. So do you feel pressure almost sometimes to portray yourself that way, even though you could switch it up?
I wouldn't say pressured, but sometimes you do compare yourself, because everywhere, if you notice, most female artists, they're talking about sex, because that's what's popping. That's what's going to get attention. So as far as music, I feel no, I want to be different. I want to be versatile.
Right.
I want to talk about popping pussy. I also want to talk about my struggles. You know what I'm saying? But as far as image, I definitely feel a pressure there, because if you notice, when it comes to being a female rapper, image is a lot. I feel
Yes.
like it's 95%.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta be talented, but people looking at your body, they're looking at how you on point, all that stuff. So I definitely feel pressure there. I don't think it should be a pressure. If you wanna cover yourself up, you still should get that same type of promotion. You have to show yourself all the time.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, sometimes you wanna feel sexy, but it's not all the time you wanna feel sexy. You wanna be sexy. So
I learned to balance it out because I feel the exact same way. Sex definitely does sell. That's what we heard. That's what been going on for years. Sex sells. And then when you see the most popular, the female artists or male artists, you see that sex sells. Women, they usually have their ass out, their titties out, everything out, twerking, Birkin, person, doing the whole fucking everything. So I feel feel the pressure to like want to look sexy and gain the attraction from men, gain the likability from women, but to not be too sexy, because if you're going too sexy, men get the wrong impression. And don't get the fucking wrong impression with me, you're not getting no pussy. So I may talk about sex in my songs, but and if I talk about sex in my songs, I go there looking so sexy. Everybody's gonna expect that from me. I want to be treated with respect. I want to be treated the right way. I want you to actually listen to my music, like you said. You talk about sex, but you also talk about your struggles. That's the same with me. I want people to know me for my struggles, to know what I overcome, to know what I've been through, and to not get shaded or covered up by my sex appeal. Like I could have came here dressed today in a nice two-piece outfit I had. I said, you know what? Let me come in some sweatpants and a fucking turtleneck. You know?
And ain't nothing wrong with
Ain't nothing wrong with what you got on, you know? We should just be accepted for who we are. And that's just goes to her. But she was saying, I don't know her name, but what she was saying was correct. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. You have to be confident in your own skin. So that if you come out in a bra, fine, accept me. If I come out in a turtleneck, fine, accept me. But everything I do, just accept me for who I am, what I'm promoting, what I'm doing, what I'm marketing, because it's all for me to be better and for everybody else to be better.
And I know I just want to expand the question a little bit for you because you are the question basically was about the pressure of it, like sexuality is a double-edged sword for women. No matter what field you're in, they want you to be sexy. So being that you're a DJ, all the female DJs that I know are straight and they're overtly, sexual. Yeah, like DJ Duffy, she always on Instagram twerking and shit like that. DJ Megan, she always, dancing and twerking and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But how do you feel being that you are gay and you are, more to yourself and stuff like that? You do your thing when you be spinning, but you're more to yourself. You're not in the crowd dancing and shit. So do you feel a pressure, kind of sometimes?
I don't feel a pressure, to be honest. I think it starts with you. So how you view yourself, how you accept yourself and stuff like that. I don't let that shit affect me. The fact that other female DJs are feminine or that I have nothing to do with me. Because at the end of the day, she gonna still do her set. I'm gonna still do my set. You gonna get your check. I'm gonna get my check.
Right.
That's it.
So Chichi, you got anything to add? Oh, we just started. Yes.
Make sure you got your input.
So, going into the next question, how do you feel about the constant, kind of what I asked Cutie, but more broad for everyone? What do you feel about the constant pressure of the industry to compromise your own values for an image that sells? Because a lot of times, even if it's not sex, which it usually is for women, even if it's not sex, you still have to portray a certain image. They still want you to portray yourself a certain way. Like even with male rappers, they still want them to, you're a gangster, you're tough, you're supposed to be that. So, like for example, like Future, he don't even do all the drugs and shit like that he rap about and shit, but he still is forced to keep up that persona. So, do you guys feel like, what is that constant pressure like to just be someone that sells?
I just say I like to stay true to myself. So if I feel like being sexy one day, then I'll be that. And if I feel like putting on a nice church outfit, then I'll go in that too. But
church girl.
Yeah, like some nice heels with a nice dress or some pants, a pantsuit or something. But yeah, I just try to be confident in who I am and know who I am and trust that if you accept me, you accept my music, then you accept the brand that comes behind it. And it could be super sexy or it could be really chill, but it's still a brand. It's a part of me. It's a part of who I am. I'm not sexy every day, so you're not gonna get sexy every day. You get sexy when I want to get you sexy. So that's how I am.
I think the pressure would be kind of high because one, it depends on the individual. I also think it depends on like if the person's insecure or not. Because if you're sure about yourself and you know the type of artist you want to be, no matter what the label say, you're gonna go against it regardless. Because you see that all the time. Shade Room always posts something someone went against. Now, most times people they feed into that pressure because they're not sure of themselves and they're unhappy with themselves, so they just do anything to be accepted.
Right.
Or what they want the world to accept you as.
So let me ask you this, and you guys could all kind of like answer after. Do you feel like at some point it is necessary to compromise somewhat in your career?
Yes.
And so why?
I do think it's necessary. I'm thinking more on the money side. But we're all could just do like a bit, you know, could tweak a little thing or whatever, but nothing that's gonna go against your morals.
Right.
It's a moral code to everything.
So do any of y'all feel like you would not compromise, like, at all?
It depends.
If I have to sell my soul to the devil, I know.
No, exactly. Right. Not that, but if you gotta, I feel like negotiating is all part of negotiating. If you're making a deal, you want to negotiate with somebody. So you go and you try to get the most bang for your buck. Like shopping, you try to get the most that you can get out of the situation. If you have to compromise just a little bit, why not to get what you want? But I'd rather not compromise. But if I have to and it makes sense and it's reasonable, then why not?
What if it was a one-shot deal?
Like one shot, like just.
One
Don't
shot,
take
don't
it.
turn it back.
Let me tell you
No,
something, ladies.
no, I can't do it.
2020, we are not accepting it's either this or none.
Yeah.
Like, we need to make our own rules. So we like, yeah, exactly. We're not accepting ultimatums anymore, period. But going into our next topic, industry inequality, let's be exclusive. So let's get into it. The first question is just very broad, and I'm pretty sure all y'all are gonna have the same answer. Do you feel like the industry is all inclusive yet? All inclusive to all women, all shades of all genders, beliefs. Of course not. Yeah.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Why I say that? I'm not gonna use myself in this example. Let's use like an albino person, for example. Like an artist, an albino artist. You feel me? Like the marketing and everything behind the promotion behind her is gonna be different, whereas a black girl who's, you know, voluptuous, she got big titties, she got an ass, she got this and that, it's gonna be different. So like that's just how it is.
How do you feel?
I agree. Well, I forgot the question. I keep forgetting. I know it's something about compromise, and I'm like, yeah, no. Is it gonna be harder to market everybody?
No. The question was all inclusive. Yes, is the industry all inclusive yet?
Somewhat. I feel like it's more inclusive than it's been in a while. I mean, I wasn't alive in the '90s, but I feel like this is the most inclusive. I was, but I was good.
I was so shocked.
I was, but like, you know, the '90s music era. I was a young child, so I don't understand it. But I feel like it's been a lot. Like I feel like it's grown a lot since the '90s. I feel like it's definitely grown. I feel like it's not that much. Guys, I'm trying to concentrate.
Yes, it's the wine. That's why I drink red.
I wanna, I agree with what she said about how it was in the 90s. I feel like, in a sense, it is becoming slightly because, my opinion, I feel like the 90s took talent more seriously.
Of course. Every
Than how it
generation
does now. Now they accept anybody with a following. Most times people don't even be that talented, but people will amp them up like, back then you had to know how to sing or you were not gonna do. Like everybody who had that.
you could sing, that didn't mean you get a deal. You had to put
That
in work.
too. You really had to hustle back then. It's like now it got more easier with social media and stuff. Back then, like all the greats, I would say, was made in the 90s.
She basically said what I was gonna say. Like, it's like talent is put on the back burner and it's about clout. Like people don't even care about lyrical stuff anymore. It's about Oh, he got a big following. Cool.
Yeah.
So here's the question I have for y'all. And this is like personally, like I want y'all to dig deep into y'all emotional bags. I'm Aquarius with a Cancer moon.
Cancer, Gemini.
So, yeah, honey. So I'm gonna need y'all to get in that bag. Y'all need to get in my Aquarius Cancer moon bag.
I'm in the Aquarius part. I'm on the cusp of an Aquarius and a Pisces. They're lit. We are lit.
We are emotional.
All right.
Yeah, we are very emotional too, but we lit emotional.
So for the question I have to ask you guys, have you seen personally in your career the non-exclusivity of the industry affect you? Whether that be your race, gender, skin complexion, because we got a lot of chocolate girls up here, so.
I feel like it's been good to me though. Like I feel like back in the day they
size,
wasn't.
etc.
Yeah, I feel like that. Sorry to cut you off. I feel like back in the day they wasn't as accepted to maybe dark skinned females, but females period. But I just feel like it opened up. I feel like I only talk for me. So far I started in 2016 and I haven't had any troubles with like color or any troubles with maybe other people felt some type of way, but me personally, everything just happened pretty smoothly. It was all about networking and building my brand and performing and making sure that I'm good at whatever I do, and I haven't really seen much. You know, nobody's coming to me with any like crazy things, nothing. I don't have any crazy instances to say. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far.
Touching on what she said, it's becoming more inclusive as far as like chocolate girls being accepted, but I feel like we still have a ways to go because we're not gonna lie. We know that the lighter skinned girls still get put on a pedestal. We're not gonna lie about that. And Cash Doll, I don't know if y'all know who Cash Doll is. She even like touched on it. She had to work twice as hard because she's darker toned. And she wasn't put on things, she missed opportunities and all that because she was darker skinned. While the lighter skinned chick may not have had bars like her, but she was lighter skinned, so she was put on the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So that's still there, and I feel like it's taboo. People don't like to talk about it, but it's still there. But it's getting better.
And not for nothing, like that's why, because my little sister's dark skinned, and my little sister wanted to be like in the music industry. She still kind of does, still kind of doesn't. But like me, just like seeing the reservations she has about herself, because she's darker toned, just made me like, nah, like there's something I gotta talk about. I need to make sure I have women that look like my little sister.
Sorry, one thing that I noticed is a lot of guys would tell me that I need to be like a lead in their music videos. As you know, you don't see many dark skin or many brown skin leads as music videos. I mean, as like the top priority in the music video, like as the main lead. Usually you see us strippers, you see us shaking that ass, you see us doing a whole bunch of stuff, but not a lot of dark skin, brown skin toned girls have been, you know, put at the forefront. There's like maybe 5 artists or less that you can count that has dark skin leads. Everybody else has Hispanic, Asian even, white, mixed, like.
Let me tell you something. I'm so fucking tired of this mixed shit. Like everybody is fucking mixed with black on top of black. Like, let me not even get into it. It's so complicated. But I just want to tell you, like, I literally had somebody the other day tell me that they was mixed. I didn't ask. But they was telling me, and the 2 islands, I won't say where, but the 2 islands they told me they were from were islands of black people. I just was like,
yeah. I feel like that question. Okay.
What is the question again?
in your personal careers, have you experienced, have you missed out on anything or experienced some type of prejudice based on how you look, whether that be your complexion, your race, your size, your sexual orientation, anything?
I would say it would affect me personally because of my size. Because you know in the industry, they go for more the curvy types with the plastic body and stuff. And I'm more on the slim side, and tall. So I feel like sometimes that doesn't, like, people would not take me as serious because I don't have that sexy, like, I'm not sexy 24/7. I'm in the comfortable sweatpants, jeans, like, that's what I like.
Girl, you
Cool,
so
I'm
good.
that.
Yeah, she's so bad. So.
Thank you. It was one, I know this is probably like off topic, but it's like something I experienced inside.
Yeah, talk about it.
So, I used to like bartend at strip club or whatever. So, I have to wear them little revealing outfits and stuff. But I was the only skinny one working there. So, in a sense, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get accepted. I was like, feeling alone. And then one day, they just replaced me with a light-skinned, big booty, big dress. I think she was Spanish. And it was like, oh, we're gonna have to let you go. And the reason was so dumb. I think it was because they said I didn't call them before I went to register and exchange my singles for bills. Wow. But I'm just like, just say you wanted to replace me. Right. It's like that alone. Sometimes I feel pressure to like gain weight sometimes or get on the syrup. Like, okay, maybe if I get like a little pound.
Talking about the pyramid, aren't you?
Because I see you work, but then it's like, you gotta exercise.
I'm looking at her. You is perfect.
Yeah,
They
you are
perfect.
perfect.
Feel good, girl.
And at the end of the day,
Slim can be sexy.
whoever missed out on, that's their loss. How you feel?
They got some
How you feeling?
I mean, I wouldn't say I missed out on opportunities or anything like that. If I did, I didn't notice. But yeah, like I didn't notice, like it didn't bother me. You know what I mean? There's enough food for everybody. That's how I see it. But when it comes to being put on or certain things like that, like in bigger clubs or something like that, maybe I would say like the support might not be there, but at the same time, I'm my own support system. So if I'm not getting support from somebody else, at the end of the day, I still have my own support, and I'm gonna always do what's gonna push my brand and keep pushing me. So.
I love that. We are at our last topic, and it's called the how. Let's talk about how. So with all of these things we basically discussed and the emotions and what we said, how? Like, how do these things change? What are some of the things we need to start doing to change these things?
Or, just like you said, like what you're doing right now, this is a start. You have a whole group of beautiful young ladies here, people that want to be in the industry or people that are in the industry. And it's all about supporting one another, just supporting one another, uplifting one another, collabing with one another, and just making sure that we're seen more. A lot of times girls are not seen, but sometimes we gotta put the screen on ourselves.
I agree with the support part, because nowadays it's like, for instance, you will be more hesitant to follow back someone with 20 followers than to follow back someone with 65K. Mm-hmm. Like, you see how just that little support, just following that artist and like, making them feel like, okay, there's people that's behind me can go a long way. Nowadays, it's all about numbers and clout. Like, literally, it just brainwashed reality. I think so.
You gotta repeat the question.
Just basically how, like, how do you think we're gonna be able to make things different?
Yeah, it definitely has to do with support and unity. Going back to the first couple of questions where we ended on working together and stuff like that, I just feel like that's where it starts. It also starts with the individual too, like yourself. If you're not in that mindset or you're not in that space to, grow or do certain things, it just won't happen. You stay stagnant. So.
Right. Matthew said you had a couple of questions.
I had a few questions for the panelists. What's some of the mediums y'all are using to get your music out?
For me, I use SoundCloud. That's it.
talking about music in terms of promotion? Or
Yeah,
just-
how are you promoting yourself? What are some of the platforms you are using to get your music out? Where can we find your music if you wanted to find your music, that type of stuff?
Okay, so I'm very big with my promotion following on Instagram more than Facebook. Like Facebook is cool, but yes, Instagram was my
Facebook
bitch.
is just to watch Facebook.
They really like go hard for strangers on it for some weird reason. You can find me on like Apple Music, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, or streaming platforms. My music is on
What's your name? Tell them your name.
Chichi Lovato, CheeCheeCheeLovato.
For right now, it's just SoundCloud, because I didn't release my singles yet, but y'all gonna hear some today. But when it's official, I'm gonna put it on like iTunes, SoundCloud. There's this thing, I don't know if y'all know, it's called United Masters.
Yes.
And when you put it on there, it's gonna put it on iTunes, SoundCloud, all
Look
that.
at DistroKid though.
Yeah.
Okay, DistroKid.
Right.
I did the comparison between the both. I think DistroKid is better. Just because you only have to pay once, but if you are looking, United Masters do offer extra stuff, but I think it's a more bang for your buck if you use DistroKid.
I like
I've heard of
TuneCore.
that,
TuneCore, I feel like
TuneCore too. It's TuneCore.
I used to-
We have the whole conversation.
That's what we needed.
CD Baby.
Because not for nothing,
United
there's
Masters.
so many women in this audience right now that do music or want to do music.
Yes, I'm a
or
child.
put their music out. Like, yes, we need to have this conversation.
Here's another question for y'all.
Can I say where you can find me?
Oh yeah, facts. Where they can find your music and your podcast at?
Yes. So you can find my music and my podcast on YouTube, but you can find my music, Ebony J, EBONY, the letter J, period. Gotta make sure you put the period, don't forget the period. But it's on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. And I have a new album that I'm gonna be releasing within the next month or so, and that would just be on Apple Music, Spotify, and Tidal.
Hey. Here's another question for y'all. Do you feel Lizzo is helping I'm asking a question. Do you feel that Lizzo is helping the woman movement or reducing it?
Can I answer that? Even though I'm not a female artist.
I just want to say something. No. It's from.
That's not a good question.
Before y'all jump on Matthew's reading from the people who are streaming live. So this is stuff that the audience watching us at home. Hey, you guys are.
Hey.
Our accents. So.
Don't bite the messenger.
But before, I just want to say something real quick to the people at home that's trying it. Yes, Lizzo, like, I mean, I feel like you have to be an idiot to say that she's not helping the music industry, just women, period. Now, what I will say is, and I don't want y'all to jump down my throat. Yeah, she definitely has done too much. That's not what I thought y'all was gonna jump down my throat about. But I am not a supporter of promoting non-healthy body positivity. So people who are overweight are at risk. America has a huge obesity problem. However, I don't think Lizzo is obese. And a lot of people use that and be like, yeah, this, that. A lot of people use that, and I don't think that she, So just get that out the way. But yeah, you would have to be a total idiot to not see the work that she's putting in. Because at the end of the day, she is doing a lot, but she's doing a lot so the little fat girl at home watching TV could feel confident enough to wear shorts. So if she gotta have her ass cheeks out at a basketball game for hundreds of thousands of little girls who never thought they could show past their fucking knees, I'm in full support of that. Like what the fuck kind of question is that? Like what do you mean if she's helping it? But what do you guys think?
I don't feel like she's even promoting obesity.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah.
In that way, I feel like she's just promoting being yourself. Like she's just herself.
Yeah.
And some people are used to people portraying an image that doesn't go against the grain in a way. She's unapologetically her. So a lot of people's not used to that. Like that's why they have so much hate on Cardi B as well, because she's just herself. Like that's just her. People are not used to that. So I feel like she's helping in a sense to like you could still be who you are. You also have to have thick skin, but with that too, and like still be one of the biggest artists in the world.
Here's another question for you. How do you feel about what's going on with like showcases for up and coming women right now? Are y'all doing showcases? How y'all feel? Is the showcases helping your career, or is it not doing nothing?
Showcases is a waste of time. Okay. Yes. I did 2 showcases. The only benefits I can say a showcase has done is networking. Besides that, it does not do much. I feel like it just does not do much, me personally. Unless it's like one of the big top showcases with real A&Rs that's gonna get you from one place to another. Not throwing shade on showcases who's like trying to start and come up or whatever. Like you have to have big people there to actually be like, okay, maybe this showcase will get my foot in the door or something. But me personally, it's like a talent show.
Yeah, literally. That nobody is coming to see.
Yeah.
Last question for you. 2020. Where do you see your taking your career? Like, what's some of the moves you will be doing this year, and getting your music out there?
Being seen more. I just want to be seen more. Making sure that I go the right way with marketing, promotion, budgeting. I know the music's gonna be great because I'm making it, but I gotta make sure that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You can make great music, and it will not matter if you do not have the correct promotion, if you do not have the correct team, if you do not have the correct marketing. You can make great music all you want, but if you're not promoting it right, if it's not being seen, if it's not being heard, then it's just time going by. So you definitely want to make sure that you have all of those right. So I definitely want to make sure I have my business side right and my music side right, so that I can grow, so that I can elevate, so that I can gain a bigger fan base and just be great.
Everyone, I want everyone to answer this question actually.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I want all you guys to answer this question actually. Like what you guys plan on doing, so that people can know what to look out for. Y'all don't know, y'all might have a potential fan in here.
Facts.
So, like what she said, being seen more, I definitely want to like create more content. I have a project coming out. I'm not gonna call it an EP. It's just a few songs. It's gonna come out later this year. I also want to create visuals. People love visuals. They love videos, stuff like that, especially on social media. So that's what I want to do this year.
To agree also what they say, be more seen. Also put out more more videos, more songs. I'm currently working on my second EP, so that's dropping in April. It's called To Be Continued Part 2. And just a lot more networking, just to get collabs and try to help other artists, because you never know, like somebody I know could make something happen for them, vice versa. Like, the more we support each other, the better our outcome could be. So I would say like more music and stuff like that.
Yeah, so for 2020, I think I've always been a hardworking person, but I feel like if you keep putting in the hard work, you keep putting in the grind, like opportunities is gonna present themselves. So I feel like 2020, that's all that I want to do is just keep working hard, and I know that opportunities is gonna present itself. That's all.
Last question. Thank you to Angeline Soul, who just walked in. She will perform it later on. Last question. How do you feel in 2020? Do you feel the Me Too thing is still going on?
I think that's more of a.
That's a question.
Yeah, no, I think that's more of a. Do we feel like the Me Too movement?
Let me give you an example. A guy said, I wanna shoot your video, right? And you're making like these photographers, a lot of these photographers be doing this stuff. Don't act like you don't know. Do you feel the Me Too movement, the stuff that be happening, do this shit still exist in 2020?
It does.
Let me tell y'all something. Coming from just like everybody here pretty much knows, you know me, I used to model, still kind of do. And yeah, you know how many photographers are just inappropriate, period, throughout the day with me? Like, not even to say no names, but I just shot with this dude one time, bro. One time, feel me? And I did actually bring a guy with me because I'm like, I don't know. And ever since then, I think I wrote something like I'm single, so I guess he assumed the dude was my boyfriend. He like, oh, I thought you had a man, you're gorgeous, you're this. And I had posted a picture on my story, and it was a meme. It was a Jennifer Aniston meme. Basically, it was like, oh, when people say my clothes is too short, and it was Jennifer Aniston, and she's like, but could you see my pussy? Or whatever. Like, you know, it was a cute little post. And he just was like, yeah. Like, automatically block and fucking delete. Like, bye, get the fuck out of here.
How do you deal with that stuff in these days? How do you deal with it?
Instant block and delete on my
No,
shit.
it's more than that though. But how do you deal with the
and
situation?
if you do that, because I have been in situations where people have felt like they can come on to me, and I just tell them straight up, no, I'm not doing that. No, like I have a mouth of my own. Like I said before, I'm Aquarius, and I will tell you where the fuck to get the fuck off at. Like, no, we're not doing none of that. And a lot of times, and I'm pretty sure you guys could agree, a lot of people don't take your business as serious because you're a woman. And I have to put a lot of niggas in check all the time that I know for a fact that I put way more work in, and let them know, like, bro, chill the fuck out. Like, you're up here on my shit. You're up here on all of this right here, and not even on no cocky shit. But dudes, they don't have to exert their respect. Right. Niggas just respect them. So being that a lot of people cross that line, and it's not every man, but being that some dudes do try to, you know, cross that line, nah, bro, like you could fucking relax. Like I don't need none of this shit. Feel me? Like I get it on my own. I had real niggas in my corner that will back me. I don't need none of the fake bullshit. Ladies. That question triggered me.
It's a real question.
Yeah, it is.
No, basically what you were saying, and I don't know if you guys experienced it yet, but I feel like we're going to continuously experience it as women who's trying to come up into the industry. You're going to have guys out here hitting you up talking about, come to my studio.
Right.
When they really don't
They
want to
studio
work
right
with
at
you.
their fucking house.
Right.
Get your studio outside. Offer me to an outside studio. Don't offer me to a studio in your home. So after you talk about, I got somebody talk about he could cook. I don't give a fuck if he could cook. He's talking about I could cook. So he wanna have studio time and dinner. Like, he can cook though. He could cook, but you ain't gonna cook for me. Sorry. Right. No.
I've actually experienced that in a way, where like the engineer will like try to hit on you, or try to do something like, oh, if you do this, I give you free studio time. Yes, I'd rather have them like, yo, you know you look mad good, right? You know, I'm just like, because I usually do like private sessions. Like I don't bring people to my studio sessions. I don't like the distraction.
Not for nothing, you might, like, that's a big one. You have to have your personal space. But I learned as a woman because when I first started modeling, I didn't have nobody that wanted to come with me to my shoots. So a lot of times you do have to go by yourself. But try to have someone with you. Like, it is so sick that we can't do shit in private and just get shit done on a one-on-one basis without people wanting it to be intimate. So, like, definitely, like, girl, you can hit me up and I will come with you and sit next to that.
Even if it's outside the studio, because I understand like you kind of distracted in the studio when people are there. You feel like you can't give your best.
Yeah.
So even if they're outside the studio, downstairs in the lobby, yeah.
But as long as the person you're working with knows, like, yo, listen, I'm here with somebody. Like, they feel me, they'll usually like chill.
Yeah.
But
Say and stuff. But like that experience just like made me hesitant with certain. And like I would never go to a stranger engineer. It will always have to be someone that like a good friend knows or like that I personally know. Like, I can't just pick anybody off Instagram because like that experience is like he just kept hitting on me and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get the song done. And he's like, I know it's just so pretty. I was like,
yeah, like bro, why?
That's why you gotta have a manager,
One
a
guy had
male manager too.
One guy told me he had a wife, a girlfriend, and then he wanted me. I said, so I'm number 3? What the fuck? No, thank you. Guys are very, what do you call it? They're very, they do think with their dicks, but they're very out there. Like, they don't give a fuck to tell you how they feel.
They don't have nothing to give a fuck about because patriarchy rules the world.
Yeah.
So when you are in a position where you can essentially just be like whatever the fuck because the person, i.e. women, to them, even though we're not, is inferior to them, it's just like, yeah, I could be as open as I want because you're beneath me anyway. What could you really say to judge me? And that's a lot of these dudes who have that mindset because they think you need me. They're like, oh, you need my, no. I could go to a girl engineer.
Hello.
Like,
I want to have a whole pussy empire, like a female.
Yes.
I want everybody on my team to be females. Like, I want a female DJ. If I can get a female manager, a female PR, a female everything, like a whole group of
That's my
females.
dream. That's my dream. My entire team to be filled with women, trans women, and gay men.
Yes.
But Myra, how do you feel? I forgot the question.
Nah, I remember the question. That just doesn't relate to me. That never happens. I mean, there's rare cases where, like, you feel me, like.
Because not for nothing, I have a cousin that's gay, and dudes be trying her. She's
No,
like,
you're right. That's what I'm saying. It's rare occasions where, like, and it be older dudes too. It don't be like no dudes our age or nothing like that. It be like some your uncle.
Somebody older grandpa, like,
yeah, you know, whispering.
Probably
Some older dude.
You know, that kind of vibes, like. And I'm like, yo, I could be your daughter. Like, you know what I mean? Come play. Like, I know you have eyes. You feel me? Like, I know you have eyes. I know you could read from head to toe. You know what I mean? And they just don't give a fuck. Like, nah, but I know.
Do the Me Too thing happen with women?
For me, with women, nah, I don't think
so.
Because you have a lot of women who's very bold in there.
I work with older women. Like, I worked in like lounges and stuff like that, and the managers who was like women, like. You know, at the end of the night, you know, playing with the money, like, you know, Myra, hey, you know, and holding my hand, and, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, man, this is a cooler, like.
Back though.
I just want to go home. It happens, though, it happens. Like, rare times it does.
What do you do in those situations?
Well, you just got to smile and, you know, play it off. No.
Give me that money.
You know?
Well, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is not the end of the event because we still have some performances that will be coming soon. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys that came out, all the performers, all the panelists. Like, y'all came up here, y'all wore your hearts on the sleeve. We had great conversation. I want to give a huge shout out to DJ Dutra. You guys are booking him for your events. He's amazing. Huge supporter of this event. I think he probably reposted the flyer to this event more than me. So yes. So thank you so much because a lot of this, like, listen, this is a music industry event. This event would not be possible without music. So I just want to give a huge thank you to him for being here right now. I want to say a special thanks to you, Bree, personally, for introducing me. This is your first time doing it, and you did a great job. I want to say thank you to our lovely bartenders. Make sure you guys are going to the bar.
Make sure you go to the bar, get some drinks and some food.
Yes, period, yes. And I want to say thank you to all the vendors that we have here. A couple of them.
Shout out to all the vendors.
Yes, thank you to
the
all
bartenders.
Yes, thank you guys.
Leo Skincare.
Yes, shout out to Leo Skincare, guys. Ladies in the house, men too, because she got some oil, some oil
for your beards,
some oils for your beards. So make sure you guys are checking out lovely Leo Skincare. She got all natural, organic shit. Feel me? I'm gonna be over there probably buying up the table, so try to get there before me. And yes, thank you again to all of the supporters of the people here. I am going to plug in my social media real quick for y'all. The annoying right quick. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Rebecca.Shelby. You guys find me on Facebook, Rebecca Shelby. I have a lot of my more conversational posts on there. You guys can watch my podcast on S.STREET Media. It's called The Burnout Podcast. And I'm always looking to interview women on my show. So any ladies never had an interview before, come holler at me sometime at this event. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I should be having some stuff coming out. You guys want to say your socials and stuff like that, and then after we're going to get into the performances.
Yeah,
so, yes.
Real quick, y'all support the vendors. If you want to smoke, you go to the back. You don't got to go to the front of the spot. You go to the back. Do what you do, and make sure you come out and make sure you're in the front of here for when these performers get on the mics.
Yes.
My Instagram is only one Ebony J, so that's only ONLY, the number one Ebony EBONY, and then the letter J. Hey. Follow me. I'm gonna follow you guys back, so follow me and then I'll follow you guys back.
Mine is Cutie Blue with a K, and then I also have a artist Instagram. If you guys need a logo cover, mixtape cover, all that, I got that. A separate Instagram that's Kenya Creates, but with a K. So KenyaKreates.
My Instagram is _CHEECHE the singer. Yes. And my Facebook, because I'm friendly with Facebook. But Facebook is Chichi Lovato, so follow me and check my music out, search me out. And you can Google me too.
For me, everything on all social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. SoundCloud is Myra K, so that's MI, 2 A's, K-A, and 2 Y's on everything.
If you guys want to take a drink out over there, the bar is over there. It's not much of a bar. But yes, you guys network and stuff. So while we get this space ready for the thank you.
We will be doing another one of these and oh, there are they? Yo.